Yo, what's that? So, another episode of Fear the Walking Dead in the books. This is season 6, episode 5, Honey. And so, Dwight, he finds his wife. He finds Sherry. He's in the honeymoon phase. Brother is elated. But, in Walking Dead fashion, it's never the way it seems. There's always some negativity or something going on. So, she goes out of the picture for a second. He senses something is awry. He goes around the perimeter. Somebody is creeping on him. The Jabberwockies kidnap him. That's what I call them. I call them the Jabberwockies. These people in some masks. He wakes up the next day. He's surrounded. He's like, where I'm at, in the middle of nowhere, in a pool. Got a dog in a cage. Jabberwocky comes. He beats him up. Where's my wife, man? Where's my wife? Nothing but the Jabberwockies come out dancing and stuff. Nah, they don't come out dancing. But they come out. Turns out this is the group that his wife is with. And they are pretty much outcast of Virginia. It is a bunch of people that weren't fit to live in the perimeters that she thought. And so they were outcasted. And they are pretty much on the run from her as well. And they want to try to topple her. But how will they do that? So, Dwight, he has to keep checking in or whatever. They're watching him. So, he gets with the group. They think about what should they do. Well, they kidnap Al. But they figure out Al she's a positive person. So, they let her free. And they want to blow up the SWAT vehicle. So, Al knows this vehicle more than anybody. That is hers pretty much. And she like, that thing, that's not going to work. You can't blow that thing up. This thing is bomb proof, etc., etc. Like, you're going to have to try to steal it. So, they get on the road and they have a high-speed chase. They hit horses and stuff. A homeboy is driving. Like, that's crazy. Like, because they be right on the side of him. And at some points, he kind of like tries to run them off the road. I would think it would be easier than that. Like, if they are right on the side of you and they're terrorizing you on horses and you on a big SWAT vehicle, you can just and just run them over. I think it would have been easier, but for the sake of television, it's cool. And so they cut off the radio antennas so he can't speak to anybody. He can't say what's going on. They jump on the vehicle and they get in the inside of Dwight. He's of all the people, Dwight isn't even really a member of the group. But Dwight is the one that jumps on the vehicle and breaks in and stuff. Like, it could have been somebody else putting their life at risk, but Dwight has to do it. So Dwight gets in there. He's fighting with Homeboy. Homeboy is at the steering wheel driving and kind of kicking Dwight's ass. Dwight is pretty skinny, but he's been a fighter, kind of. So, but Dwight ends up beating him or whatever. He kicks him out of the vehicle. Like, that's crazy too, because Dwight just kicked Homeboy like 2 times, and then the door opened. Like, doors, I can kick the inside of my car door and it's not gonna move. Like, you have to open the, you have to do the thing, man. You gotta pull the handle. Like, anyways, so he kicks him out of there. They get the vehicle, but we see a familiar person come out. Morgan Jones comes up. Could they trust him or not? Blase, blase. But Morgan is the man. Al and Dwight, oh my God, Morgan, we thought you were dead. Somebody saved me. I don't know who, but I'm trying to build up a civilization, and we're gonna do this and that. So they have a little contrast and plans. Half of them, they want to kill Virginia and stuff. Morgan is like, we need to wait. We have all our people in there. If we are unsuccessful, she's going to use that against us. She's going to kill all of our friends. And Morgan is in love with this woman. He doesn't want nothing to happen to her, but he doesn't want nothing to happen to none of his friends as well. So they kind of clash pretty much. Dwight and them tries to torture. They try to torture the driver, and so they throw food on him and stuff, and then bring the dog out for the dog to eat him. And like the wife is looking at him like, this is kind of reminding me of Dwight from Negan's era. She's like, I'm not too comfortable with that. But Morgan goes and saves homeboy. He's like, Dwight, look, we have other ways we can do this. Look, and Dwight is like, we tried this your way, and look what happened. So, he turns on Morgan, locks Morgan and Al up. Crazy thing is, he locks Morgan and Al up. Then the wife turns on him. She's like, Dwight, I see who you becoming. You becoming your old self. No, I can't allow this to happen. So she locks him up. So she plans to kill Virginia and them herself. So they had got Dwight to radio in earlier and get Virginia to come in, like they were gonna trap her. They was gonna set it up to kill her. So she wants to be the one to pull the trigger. And Virginia and them gets there. Turns out Virginia is not there. It's just a few of her people. So if they kill her, they lose the element of surprise. So Dwight sneaks out of the place, and right before she's about to kill him, he jumps up. No, don't do it, honey. We're gonna do this. We got different ways to do this, and etc. etc. And her whole thing is like, it's not about Virginia, pretty much. Like, she had flashbacks of Negan, and she's like, I didn't do anything at that time, so I'm trying to do something now. But they don't kill these people, and she's like, we're different people now. We're gonna have to go our separate ways and whatnot. So she ends up leaving Dwight again. She goes with her Jabberwockies. They go. So Dwight and Al ends up joining Morgan. And the way they're going to do that, they fake their deaths. They get some bodies and stuff. Dwight had been planning this for a while, but they fake their deaths and use their bodies and put their clothes on them and stuff. So they're going to leave with Morgan. And a little metaphoric thing about this episode, like at the end, he frees the dog. Like, the dog has been in the cage for the longest time and stuff. They throw him scraps. He lets the dog go. It's like metaphor. Like, everybody wants to be free. Even this dog, man. Let this dog roam and be a dog. Like, everybody is trying to find their freedom. Virginia and them, in a way, she's fighting for her freedoms, and everybody wants to do something with their lives or something. And somebody is oppressing them or whatever. And you could say that's the world, like with the election and all that bull-ish. But so the end of the episode, they go back from the previous people that they had found with the bubonic plague or whatever. They all are cured now. But Morgan needs people to build up his place and build up their new civilization, their new life that they're going to try to build beyond Virginia. So they get these people, and they end up going. So they're recruiting. They're recruiting, and Morgan is getting his own little civilization together. And so it's going to be Morgan, Al, Dwight. They got all these people now. They building their little, it's not necessarily an army, but they building their little people, man, one by one and stuff. And we're going to see if we can get more of the group. But this is a pretty good episode, man. Shit, stay tuned. Stay tuned, man. Fear the Walking Dead is looking good to me. Some people don't like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. But like, comment, subscribe. Don't be the greatest and the most hated, man. Holla at your boy. Peace out.